Okay, hello. Um, I feel like I look bald when I wear this hat now because my hair is so short, but, um, this video, I saw Wicked today, but this video is going to be about Arcane, because I finished Arcane on, like, Saturday when it came out, like, yesterday. Um, but yeah, I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, because, I mean, there isn't, like, much to talk about besides I think it's, like, the greatest piece of game media ever created. It is on par with, like, the Fallout TV show. The Fallout TV show I was super into. I loved it. I think they did a really good job with it, and I like the way season two. We've seen some leaks. I like the way season two is looking. So I think Arcane is one of those shows where, in terms of like video game adaptation, it is like top tier. Now then again, I've never played League, um, so I have no idea. But my friend who is really into League, he's been playing League for like a long time since he was a wee boy. He really likes the show and he likes the direction it's taken. And I just think it's really good. I like the story. There's gonna be obvious spoilers in this, so if you haven't seen Arcane, go watch it. It's on Netflix, or you could go watch it for free on some other website that is Netflix. But yeah, um, I was not expecting Victor to be what he is at the end. When they first introduced Victor in like season one, I like the Victor and Jace dynamic. I was not expecting that at all. Along with Echo, I thought Echo and Victor were just gonna be total side characters, like nobodies. Um, and blew me away. They blew me away. I think both of them, Victor, Echo, and Jace, definitely in the final episode. I think they overtook Jinx and Vi. I think their stories were by far, um, I don't want to say better, but they were just grander, um, which I loved. And I hated Jace. Okay, I hated Jace. On like episode 6. Okay, the end of episode 6 where he kills Victor and Vander goes insane and everyone's happy ending is ruined. I hated Jace. I was like, oh god damn it. Why'd you have to go and do that? I don't care what you saw. But then, redemption. Um, episode 9, episode 8, just straight up redemption. I I loved the contrast when Echo and Heimerdinger are in that alternate universe and Jace is just in like a hellscape of what can be. It's so funny, like switching between them because it's like, oh, we're so happy, everyone's alive, blah blah blah, and then there's Jace with like his leg broken and he's like on the bottom of a canyon, and he's just like going crazy, scratching into the rock. That was really funny. I also Heimerdinger being a guitarist for some reason, being like a country singer is I think is funny. I was not expecting that. I'm curious as to what happened with Heimerdinger. Because again, he just disappears. I saw on TikTok apparently I can't say it, yordles. They don't die. They just go back to like their main city. They just like respawn. So, I'm not sure if he's alive or not. Because I have no idea if that's actually true. I should probably Google that. But yeah. Someone brought up a good point that if it is true that he respawned, did he respawn in the alternate timeline city, or did he go back to the main universe city that he's from, right? Whatever home, yodel, town, whatever thingy they're from. So that's an interesting concept, interesting idea. I don't know if they're really going to get into it with the next season, because again, I'm not sure if it's a leaks or if it was confirmed, but the next season is going to be focused on Noxus, 2025. It's going to be Noxus, and I think everyone kind of knows where this is going with Mordekaiser, okay? My friend gave me some tidbits of lore about the current ruler of Noxus is like this tyrant, and they're going to probably invade Ionia. So that's what the next season I'm hoping is going to be, because the way he described it, it made it sound really cool. So I'm hoping that Noxus invades Ionia. There's the big war. There's he named the characters that are in Ionia. It's just all the ones that look like fox boys and fox girls for obvious reasons. He's like, they're the most popular characters. Well, duh. Sex appeal. They're all just like buff as hell. And they're all really curvy. That's why they're popular. But yeah, apparently Ionia just has like the most popular champion players in game, according to him. Again, I could be totally wrong, could be totally different, but with the way the story has been set up, I am agreeing with him. I do think it's gonna be Mordekaiser underneath Noxus. That is the greater threat to the universe of League, because it's Mordekaiser. Okay, the only thing I really know about Mordekaiser is he was so badass that he died and was like, dude, there's no afterlife, so he created one or something. He created like an afterlife after death. And he can't, I don't know, he's like super just OP. He's just incredibly overpowered in lore. That's like all I know about Mordekaiser. I could be totally wrong, but as memory serves me, yeah, that's all I know. So I'm excited if they go that route, because I think that'd be cool. I think what's gonna happen at the very end is they're gonna, all the characters, so Jinx is gonna come back, like every single character is gonna come back. They're gonna face Mordekaiser together, and one of them's gonna be like, we kind of have a league of legends, and then they're just gonna beat Mordekaiser up, and that's how it's all gonna end. That's like season 5. That's like off in 2030. Okay, and that's gonna how that is how it's gonna end. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be like Marvel. Okay, it's all gonna build up. They're gonna fight Thanos, and at the end with Captain America, he's like, Avengers assemble. It's gonna be like, we're a league of legends. I totally think that's how it's going to end. And if it ends in any other way besides that, they need to fire whatever story writers they have, okay? But yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. I do think Jinx is alive. I 100% think Jinx is alive, okay? Because at the very end, right, I've seen it all over TikTok too, but as I was watching the final episode, so Jinx and Vander, they're falling, okay? And Jinx pulls a grenade. I didn't even see this, but if you slow it down, when Jinx uses her like speed ability throughout the entire season, her eyes like glow like a pink purple, and there's a streak left behind whenever she uses her like flash, okay, when she moves really fast. And if you slow it down, it's like the first frame right before the explosion, you see that flash line. And then after that, when Caitlyn is looking at the schematics for the tower, where Jinx and Vander were like falling down, the camera is zooming down. There's like vents off to the side on the schematics. The camera literally stops, pans over to the vents, and then zooms in. Okay, she's 100% alive. She 100% got out. And I didn't even make this connection. At the very end of episode 9, they show a airship just sailing into the sea. Okay, and I was like, why are they like, what's up with this? But the very first episode, Jinx, when she's with the crew as a kid, she's like, one day I'm gonna ride on one of those things, and it's the exact same airship at the very end of the episode. Okay, I mean, it looks the exact same. Probably not the same one, but it looks the exact same. So I think it's safe to say that she is 100% alive. I don't think she's going to make like any appearances in the next season. I totally think they're just going to like hold her for future seasons or whatever when they face Mordekaiser and they assemble the League of Legends. I think that's when she's going to come back. Or maybe she is going to come back in season 3 of Arcane. But yeah. And he also told me that Vander is Warwick, right? And apparently Warwick is like invincible in the lore, or in his like old lore, I guess. So he's also maybe alive. I don't know. That's what my buddy speculates, is that Vander is still alive. Because somehow he's indestructible. There's just a lot of people in League that are invincible for some reason. Interesting, but yeah, and then also another good thing that a good reason that I saw people talking about why Jinx is probably alive, is she had to fake her death so Vi could move on. Because Vi would have always chased after her, right? Vi would not have gotten on with her life if she knew Jinx was alive. So Jinx had to make it look real. And at the end, Vi, is crying. It's like, oh, I lost my sister, but now I have to, like, blah, 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 now I have to live without her. So that's probably what happened. I think it all makes sense. I think it makes perfect sense. So yeah, I think Jinx is alive. What else? The Isha episode 6, where Isha sacrifices herself, to kill Vander, was absolutely heartbreaking, along with the song. I didn't understand any of the lyrics, but you could just feel the emotion. And I shed a tear or two or three. Okay, tears were definitely rolling down my face as I watched that episode. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna admit, I was totally in the camp that was like, oh, Echo's gonna travel back in time and bring her back. Little did I know he can only travel 4 seconds back in time. I did not realize that, but yeah, I was distraught seeing Isha die. I was not ready for that. I kind of figured she was gonna die, but that was rough. That was really rough. Yeah, that was and then seeing all of them in the alternate universe where they're alive, like Jinx and I already forgot. I think his name is like Clagger or something. Krugger. The crew of Powder and Vi when they were kids that died, seeing them all alive and like happy with Vander and Silco and everyone was so. If I was Echo, I would not have had the strength to leave that universe. I totally would have just stayed. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun to see. I'm kind of yeah. I was just, I don't know. I think it's a really good show. Like I said, like last week I made a video about Arcane, and I was like, I have no idea how they're gonna wrap this up in 3 episodes. I think they did it perfectly. I really do. Hold on. Yeah, I just so good, so good. And I love how the songs, the soundtrack choice was actually just top tier, even though like it felt like every song I just was in a language I didn't understand, but you don't need to understand language to understand music, right? You can, I don't know, you can get a vibe. You can get a vibe from them. Watching Echo and Powder dance to that French song was it was very like, oh my god, it was heart melting. It was like, oh man, why can't they just stay like this? But Powder says a good line, right? When Echo's like, oh man, I wish this moment could last forever. She's like, something to you have to take some big steps forward and leave stuff behind, something. I'm totally butchering the quote, but I think it was a pretty good moment. I loved it. Let's see what else. I don't know. I was kind of peeved off during the war scene. Okay, how do crossbows penetrate like future like sci-fi tech armor? I don't really understand that. I mean, I guess you could say it's just like reinforced leather. But then the bullets, like they're you were shooting a gun at a dude just clad in metal, and it's probably like pretty like it's not bulletproof. Like, well, it is bulletproof, but they aren't wearing like ballistic plates. The bullets just dink off. That was kind of like, okay, all right, man. What in the plot armor is going on here? Guns would have totally won that. But yeah, Maddie, I think was her name, the redhead chick that had the relationship with Caitlyn. I did not expect her to be a traitor, like at all, like a spy. I was not expecting that. But the moment Caitlyn got knocked out and we see the glowing goggles, I was like, it's 100% Maddie. I think that's her name. And her death was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. The fish guy and the big guy, again, the like side characters just felt super shoehorned in. So when the big guy died on like the kinetic catapult, I really did not care at all, because this dude was just a raging alcoholic, apparently, and that was it. That's all I knew about him. They didn't really dive into those characters. I mean, I guess you can't really explain characters like that in 3 episodes, or technically 9, because they show up, or maybe 6. I don't know when they show up, but it just felt so short, and I just could not. I connected more with the piano character that they showed, like the pianist that was going to war. I connected more with him than I did with the random side pieces that they put in the elite squad, because they didn't even get like character building like the pianist did. So yeah, that death was like, oh, okay. And the talking about the pianist, that was really cool. I liked what they did there, where they showed characters. Right, it was the pianist, it was the father, it was the jinxer, and it was them all coming from like different walks of life to go to war. That was really cool. I like that. Showing it through a perspective of a grunt, like someone just on the ground, like not a main character, right? That was enjoyable. I really liked that. And then I don't know, Jinx returning with Echo was very, very cool, very awesome, very, very cool scene. I like that. And then the final part with Jace and Victor, and the fact that it was Victor who gave Jace the rune stone, the time rune stone. It was just Victor all along. Victor was Aaron Yeager. He was Aaron Yeager this entire time, and we had no idea. Just like we had no idea with Aaron Yeager. That was cool. That was a cool reveal. And then Jason Victor like combining in the end. Like they just, like that whole scene was just crazy. But it was awesome. It was awesome. I loved it. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm left with a void, okay? And I'm not gonna play League of Legends, okay? I'm not touching that. I'm not gonna play LOL. My buddy said there's like a lot of comics and like cinematics I can watch in the meantime, so I'll try to sparingly watch those, spread it out so I don't binge it all at once. But now it's just like, man, I have to wait for the next season. Like, come on, dude. I want it now. I want it now. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm interested in what characters they're gonna focus on now. Because then I'm gonna have to read up on them. With Jinx, I already knew about Jinx. When I was in like 6th grade, I watched the Jinx cinematic with the song. I hope you know what I'm talking. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But it was the Jinx cinematic where she like destroys the city. I remember I didn't even know it was for a video game. I just remember like stumbling upon it on YouTube when it came out, and I was like, "This is so cool! I like this song, and the character's awesome." I was like, so I had a general understanding of like who Jinx was, in terms of like she's crazy. I didn't know why she was crazy. I just knew, oh, Jinx. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I'm thoroughly grateful that this show came out. Hopefully it sends ripples throughout like the, I don't know, like TV media world, where it's like, okay, game adaptations can be done, and they can be done successfully. And hopefully more people follow them, follow the path that Arcane is setting. Because there's so many video games that I think would be so good as TV shows. It sucks what they did to Halo. I was hyped for that show, and I was thoroughly disappointed. There's just so much more stuff that could have been done, and it just did not. It was just, I'm trying to think of like other game shows. I'm not even sure. But yeah, I'm excited for season 3, I guess. I hope you guys are too. I love Arcane. I'm an Arcane fan. Hate League. Hate League. Again, I don't like the isometric gameplay, right? And then you have to click everywhere. I do not like that at all, okay? we're in 2024. All right, you can use WASD. Anyone can use WASD. All right, it's there for a reason. You can use WASD and you can still use the keys on your keyboard, right? You can use 1 through 10. You can do all that while using WASD. I hate click to move. Click to move is just annoying. I don't like it. I'd rather just WASD it. Which now I'm thinking about it, is there like, has someone made like a converter where it takes WASD and it tricks it into thinking you're doing point to click? That'd be interesting. I have to look that up. But yeah, that's probably it. There's not a lot else. I'm trying to I'm racking my brain right now trying to remember. Yeah, that's probably, I don't know, something right when I finish the video I'm gonna be like, oh man, I should have talked about that. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I love you, 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 and I love you, and I love you, and I love you. And thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Okay, I'll see you later. Goodbye.